Hello and welcome to Driver's Therapy. In today's video, we're going to tell you why you should be getting a digital media receiver and replacing your classic CD player single deck in your car. So as you know, throughout the generations, pretty much we have evolved from a standard 8-track system to a cassette system to a CD player and now pretty much a digital receiver. And the reason why you want to pick this up, especially if you're a car enthusiast or you're into sports cars or anything like that, is first off, the weight savings. I want to show you guys really quickly the weight savings on this bad boy. All right, we're going to go ahead and turn on our little weigher here. We're going to go ahead and zero it out. And we're going to go ahead and put our digital receiver first. And we're about 1.2 pounds, all right? Now we're going to put our CD player on. And look at that, guys. We are almost triple. I would say 2.5 pretty much, because we're at 2.9 pounds, and that is crazy. So the weight difference alone is huge, and that matters. That matters whenever, you know, especially in a sports car. But let's say you're not into weight. Why else would you want something like this? Well, first off, the digital receiver or the digital media receiver is a lot smaller, as you could tell. It's lighter, it's smaller, and that's going to open up for an easier installation. It's going to open up for less wiring hassle. If you ever installed a radio and you can't put the radio back there because of the bundle of wiring, this gives you pretty much an extra 25% of room that you could work with installation. But also, when you're looking at these two units, they pretty much do the same thing versus the CD player. And as you know, CDs are getting phased out. I know some of you guys love your CDs and you carry them around in those little booklets still, but really they're getting phased out and everything now is a download. You stream it and it's just really the new technology. So for our GTR, we are removing this JVC CD player and we're replacing it with this digital media player. Now this has everything in the that you want. It has Bluetooth, it has streaming capabilities. I mean, you could hook up your iPod, you could pretty much Bluetooth from your phone, you could Bluetooth from multiple phones, and you could pretty much do so much more that most cars could do in this little digital media receiver player. Now, one of the things that I personally love about these is not only is the price has gone down on single decks, but essentially you could pretty much buy a single deck that caters to your life. So now we're going to go ahead and move over here and talk about the digital media receiver. And essentially what happens is that you could either get a $200 one or a $100 one. After doing some research, I found that there's a buyer's hack. And essentially, whenever you're looking at digital media receivers, the $200 ones, when you look at the specs and you compare them using the comparison tool on Crutchfield or wherever you're looking at buying it at, essentially the audio specs are the same as far as how much RMS, how much power the MOSFET or MOSFET internal amplifier has in here. And essentially, the specs are the same, except when you start coming to certain features that I never use, like using features like Alexa or being able to HD radio. I know maybe you guys listen to HD radio, but I stream all the time. But if you look at the difference between the $100 one and the $200 one, you're not going to get the HD radio. There's also something to do with Siri and stuff like that. But essentially, you're missing out on these features that personally I don't use. But if you don't clearly look at those comparisons, you're going to pay an extra $100 for features that you might not use. Now, if you use HD radio or if you like Alexa or something like that, then that's going to be the model that you go for. But for the longest, I've been buying radios with features that I've never used, and I've been paying for that. So this time around, I just bought a radio that does everything that I like to do, stream. I like to listen to the radio, and it has all the same power specs, but without all those features that I never use. Well, that's the route that I went. And for $100, you can't beat that. So just make sure that you compare those features next time you're looking at a radio, so you know what you're going to be using and what you don't want to pay for if you're not going to be using it. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching this video. I hope next time that you're buying a radio that you take a look at the digital media receivers and that you actually see the positives on them. And hopefully, you know, you keep those CDs tucked away somewhere and sell them later for a big profit on eBay one day. All right, guys. You take care, and we'll see you soon.